Because of the present pandemic, COVID-19 situation across the world, school, colleges and other educational institutions have been shut down since mid-March, and that was the time when most of the education institutions have either started the session or were in the mid semesters, and a large chunk of syllabus was still to be covered. And especially for us, for us at Dibrugarh University, we had just started our session from February first week, and we were into 1 month of the semester, and this lockdown were announced. So we were still starting with our courses when this lockdown was announced. So, and education was going to be largely affected at that point of time. It was thought that education will be affected because of this situation. And one of the solution which was put forth was the online education. Now, online education was seen as one of the possible solution to make sure that students don't lose their one academic year. And suddenly, all school, colleges, universities were asked to go online and deliver lectures online mode. And everybody started taking online classes because that was considered to be the other alternative. That was the only alternative possible to conduct the classes. But having said that, we also need to realize many problems, many obstacles came while delivering these lectures. Now, to facilitate that online lecture, many apps were introduced, and we as teachers started using different kinds of apps to deliver our lectures. And some of the problems now which came up as when we started going online or when we started conducting online classes was, one, the problem of connectivity. Now, we need to understand that every students are not situated in the urban centers. For a university like us, which is situated at a peripheral part, and most of our students are first generation learner, and internet connectivity is a big problem to them. Along with that, there are families, there are students who have only one smartphone in the family, and there might be 2-3 siblings, so one is having an exam, so the other one cannot come for the online classes at that time. Thirdly, the erratic weather condition of this part of the country. There is flood, there is insane monsoon season, and it becomes completely impossible for everyone to come online during a particular period of time. Now, I might be sitting in an urban area with a high internet connectivity, but my students might be sitting somewhere in a village which is flood affected, and I cannot expect my students to come online to attend the lecture. Now, these are some of these problems that we are seeing while delivering the lecture. Now, having said this, or rather than online delivering the lecture, we also do not have much options to do that. The only thing we can do at this context is that while delivering this, while conducting these online lectures or while going online, we also need to make our education or whatever we are teaching should be in accordance to the present situation, so that the students who are dealing with they are not only dealing with the pandemic, they are also dealing with many situations, many other things offshoot of this pandemic, like some might have lost some of their parents might have lost their livelihood options. Some they do not have internet connectivity, they do not have electricity, they do not have access to resources. So those things became more visible during this time, and these are the offshoots of these pandemics. So what I would prefer, or what I would suggest, is that we need to make our education more relevant to the or more contextualized, or to relate it to the context that my students are presently facing. Suppose this part of the country is facing flood, and if I'm teaching my students about something and they are sitting in knee-deep water, you cannot expect them to focus. You cannot expect them to come for online classes, or you cannot expect them to focus on what I am teaching, until and unless I can relate to the situation that they are in. If I could tell them, if I could make them understand that what they are being asked to teach, or what they are being asked to learn is can be relatable to their present situation, education could be more interesting, could be made more interesting even in this situation. Now, as a teacher, from my point of view, I prefer teaching my students when they are sitting in front of my eyes. I can understand their expression, I can understand whether they are actually getting my things or not. I do not know, when I am teaching my students, I do not know whether my voice is audible to them, whether somebody is sitting somewhere, somebody is sitting across the state, in other states, somebody is sitting in the urban center, somebody is in the semi-urban areas. I do not know whether my voice is audible to them. I do not know whether I'm able to make them understand what I am teaching. So I would always prefer my students to sit in front of me and teach them. So as a teacher, from my point of view, I don't feel quite satisfied while teaching online. I can't see my students, I do not know what they are doing, I do not know whether I am able to make them understand or not. And in all this situation, the least I can do is to make my teaching contextualized, to make my teaching relatable to the situation that they are in. So that is the best I can do. That is the best online method of teaching that I can do given the present situation. Thank you.